back into Studio 10 and it's Tuesday, so you know what that means. You know, everybody at the office is always excited on a Tuesday. We have Lexy here from Capital Area Humane Society with a special friend today. How are you, first of all, Lex? How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Now, who is this guy right here?
I brought little George.
Hey, George?
He is so sweet. He is about 3 months old.
3 months.
I
Okay.
love the little orange kittens. I love the cats with the people names. George is the perfect package. He has not stopped purring, and he just wants to be held close to you. I'm sure he'd be playful in a home, but all of our staff have commented he seems a little sad in his cage, but the moment anybody picks him up, he just wants to be held and close to you.
Looks like a baby.
He is just a sweet little baby.
Can I say, is George a twin? Because we had another kitty on the show that looked just like George, and I remember because Nicole was wearing a matching outfit with him.
Yeah, we do get lots of really cute orange kitties. I think we have it when I was at the shelter last. We had one. Could have been adopted, sure. I know we have at least one orange kitten who will be available. Little George here when we get back to the shelter. He is just purring up a storm. Like, people can hear. Maybe you can even hear it through my mic. He is so sweet.
Awesome. Well, so tell me, I know you said George is only 3 months old, but what goes into taking care of a kitten like George?
Yeah, so kittens are definitely going to need lots of attention, lots of exercise, lots of socialization so that he can grow up to be as sweet and friendly and loving as he is now as a baby. But other than that, I think George might love to have a furry friend that he can play with. Maybe that's a cat, another cat, a dog, maybe some human kids.
Maybe like a small dog that would work well with George. True? Or
I have large dogs that grew up with kittens, much smaller than George. It honestly, as long as everybody gets introduced slowly and gets a chance to get comfortable around each other, I think he could live with pretty much anybody.
Okay, and now that you say that, you bring up another interesting question that I've always wanted to ask you guys. So let's say somebody gets very anxious around pets, or maybe there's somebody at home who wants to adopt George, but they have small babies in the house or small children who've never been introduced to somebody like George or any kind of pet. How do you go about, or how do you tell people how to get comfortable around pets?
Yeah, so I think if you have somebody in your house, whether it's a kid or an adult that just really isn't super comfortable around animals yet, you know, George is super sweet, but we do get lots of really sweet kittens. Maybe hold off until they and everybody in your household is ready. But we do have a volunteer program, and we do offer educational opportunities at the shelter throughout the year, so you'd have a chance to come in, maybe interact with some animals for the first time, and our staff would be happy to help you get introduced to some animals, make sure that you find somebody that's going to be a good fit. Our team of humane educators work with kids to meet animals for the first time. So that way, once you are all ready and everybody's feeling a little bit more comfortable, you can find a good pet that's a good fit for you. I'm sure George will find a home either way, but we do have kittens all the time, as well as adult cats and all sorts of other critters.
Okay, well, what makes George a little different than other cats that you have and other little kitties just like him that you have at Capital Area Humane Society?
Purr. He is just such a cuddle bug. He just wants to be close to you. And I mean, I love the orange kittens, but I'm biased. I love all kittens.
But you know, adoption is also just a really big life-changing decision. What are some things that you find that people aren't ready for or they need to prepare for before they bring George home?
I think people think of adult cats. Kittens are a lot of work, just like puppies would be. They like to be up all night. They make lots of ruckus. If you've ever heard the jokes about cats that like to wake you up at 4 in the morning, I'm sure kittens will try and do that. And I'm not saying all will, I'm not saying it's all the time or that it's a reason not to adopt, but they are babies. They are going to need lots of, you know, attention, lots of gentle love and care. So if you are maybe not in a stage of your life where you're ready for having, you know, an extra mouth to feed, an extra little living being in your house running around knocking things off, you know, maybe wait until you are ready. But if you are in that stage of life right now, I think George is a great choice.
That's awesome. Well, if somebody wants to bring George and they are ready to make that big step, how can they do that?
Yeah, you can check out our website. It's adoptlansing.org. It'll have a picture of George, but since you're seeing him here, you can also just stop right into the shelter and visit with him, see if it is a good fit, and if it is, you'd be able to bring him home when you're done after the adoption process.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, Lex. And then remember, if you adopt George or any other pet that you've seen here on Studio 10, you can get 20% off grooming services at the Elegant Pooch here in Lansing. Thank you so much, Lex. And I know George is going to find a home very, very soon.
Thank you.
Awesome.